is falling. I guess
So-
it's falling. So I went to town yesterday
Yeah.
and got some groceries. Then started snowing pretty good when I'm trying to get this thing set. Got home and I started in the house. I slipped and then just dropped the eggs. I fell on them. Out of 24 eggs I had, 13 of them broke.
All of them break.
13 of them did.
That's after went around the wrong road. You need to get a dirty towel.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, this is January the 7th. There's about 3 inches of snow on the ground. And they say it's supposed to snow some more. Joyce has gone to California to see her sister because that's her birthday present. So I cooked some outstanding good stew and brought it up to Aunt Ruth because she
And
hadn't had it.
he didn't put any salt in it.
Yes, I did put salt in it too. I put about a half teaspoonful. About that much.
Well, it must have been that no salt stuff.
No, it was salt, and pepper too. See if I got too much in it, couldn't take it out. Where's the salt shaker at? See, I didn't taste it. I was gonna let you and Corey taste of it and see if it made you sick before I eat any of it. Real good stew, real good stew.
Well, salt
Aunt
is
Ruby's
all.
fixed some good cornbread. Looks like she's expecting Cox's Army though, as much as she made of it.
I freeze it. Put 2 packages in there.
I didn't put much salt in that, did I?
No, you sure didn't.
Put near a teaspoon, well, no, about over half a teaspoon.
And all of that?
I don't think more than
Good gracious. You can't even taste the salt in it.
that. What does doctor say about taste?
He just, oh, I don't know. They give her run a CAT scan on her ever so often and tells Johnny how much it's
Grown.
advanced, yeah. It, nothing is. Well, oh. Next to the last time, I believe she went. They run a CAT scan. And another one, she had, next to the last time, they found one on her backbone, or more, back right next to her backbone, and next to it, right close to her tailbone. And of course and she's taking treatments again. Bless her heart, she's taking so many treatments.
Well, where all is it located?
All over. And you know, she's had them things. I guess 2 years or more. But they just gradually, she's just gradually feeling getting worse.
How old is Kate?
53. Pat's is 52 and Kay's 53 and Mary's 54.
Johnny's about 6 months younger than I.
He's 9 months younger than me. Johnny was, let's see, he was 60, I guess, in October. How old is Joyce today?
62. Well, yesterday. Yesterday was her birthday.
Well, yeah. I called her last night. Tried to.
She's out in California at Juanita's house. She called. I asked her if she wanted to go out there from Margaret, her sister, Little Rock, to go with her. And her sister had cancer surgery.
Did Joyce drive to Little Rock by herself?
She's by herself. Her sister in Little Rock had surgery for cancer. She had to go back for radiation treatments today, so she couldn't go. So her sister from Camden, Arkansas, went with her. They went to Little Rock and called her home.
That old cancer, that's a ugly and nasty word. This is good, but I'm afraid my eyes is bigger than my tummy.
You had to clean up the plate.
Made me think when I was a kid. Boy, when we were taking stuff out ourselves, and we didn't eat it, Mama put it up. Next meal, that was the first time we eat.
Mama's told that story 100 times. Maybe didn't make us do that. I guess you can't remember how that cold stuff was. Hey, Ruby, you too big to get choked on cornbread.
That pepper's hot.
Oh, ain't no pepper in it. No.
He is too.
And that's a very, very, very slight trace of pepper.
Reach behind in the refrigerator and get me a Dr. Pepper, will you? Can you reach it without getting up? Maggie, she rocks on me for drinking these.
Who's Maggie?
Easy beers, girl.
Well, get your age, get my age, ought to be able to do what you want to.
She's about near as old as I am herself. She's one of these Black Peewee holders. No, she's not Black Peewee. I guess they told you about them coming in at 1 o'clock the other morning from
No.
church.
You've been real careful not to mention that. I knew that's what they was gonna do, because they was riding
Riding
west down there.
She said, Jean said there were 6 men preachers and 3 women preachers.
Well, that ought to caught them up on their preaching for 1996.
That's right.
Of course, last time I was up at your church, you had a woman preacher too, if you could call her that. She's 1960s hippie is all she was.
You can find it in the Bible. It says for a woman not to be quiet in church.
That's not a real popular thing to mention among women.
Hmm.
Women, it's not a real popular thing to mention among women today because women just got completely out of hand.
Yeah, the most of them have. Yeah, like the niggers. Here a while back, talking about niggers, here a while back I was going to town, and when I got to an owner, there's a road comes from the spring door factory to the highway, and there was two nigger gals right in the road. They come out of that road down there, and they just stayed in there. So I drove right up close to them. They didn't budge. So it wasn't random. And I says, that's a good way to get run over. One of them said, you wouldn't dare though, would you?
Well, did you run over?
Felt like it.
I couldn't do it.
Real good.
You still running that pipeline?
I don't think they tell me the truth about Kelly. He did work for Joe Glenn there at the airport, but he's in Odessa now. I don't know why he quit working for Joe Glenn. Man, this is good. After put some salt in.
Well, I'm always getting too much salt in stuff for Joyce, so I'm not relying on it.
Joe Glenn's wife, when she sits down at the table, she grabs a salt shaker.
And I use
Put
that
in
way,
things
but
in
I'm
place. I'll say, Mary, you better taste of that. She just keeps her salt in. That's my napkin.
What's that, a fruit cake? Not a nut cake.
It's one of my friends. Another one of my friends went to town with me yesterday. And this other one that gave us a cake, she's 90 years old, and she's sick. And she had got that cake, I guess, at Christmas at the ball cake. And she told us to bring it home. Said she never would eat it.
You and your boyfriend went to town?
That's what you want to call it.
I think I may have to go to Texas County tonight and work. They don't cancel it. The way they're forecasting the weather, I suspect they're going to cancel it.
Well, you know, I thought it'd be, usually when it comes to snow like that, it usually clears off, but hadn't done it.
You know, they say the worst is yet to come.
Oh, gosh.
Got one of those,
You must be a little kin to me. Is Juanita working?
No.
How's she get back?
Welfare.
Well, now both of them went on SSI before Ralph went to the nursing home. I imagine she's still on it. You know, I had a little surprise the other day. know, the government's been paying rent for me to Laurel and oh, I just started out paying her $54 a month. And I didn't know I wouldn't have to pay her anything. So, after this budget business started, well, they begin to come down every year on her. Well, I never did pay her nothing because I kept the house myself. So, I have to go once a year and they interview me, and then they come and interview the house. So, I went about 3 weeks ago now, I guess it was. And when I started to leave, that girl says, Al, the government will pay all the $54 to Ms. Bankhead, and says they'll send you $10 a month to help pay utilities. So I got my check yesterday. I didn't think I'd get it.
You better look at them beans, ain't you, because they've been cooking a mighty long time.
Them beans is hard to cook. They can burn them, though. Ooh, they are. I just feel that thing like that full. You know, some butter to go with it?
Nope, thank you. I think I'm gonna go back by the highway. The Fort Road boy, that's bad.
You come through. Oh my goodness. I don't even do that when the roads is dry.
Well, I had a four-wheel drive vehicle.
Oh,
Much
yeah.
difference except it's just a rough muddy.
Fran and Jean come up here the other day. Well, my car wouldn't crank. He come up here and brought his thing. And they come through the dirt road, and that car was muddy, my word. It was,
Here he has got to where he has to be pretty careful about where he goes, where he drives and stuff.
yeah.
Doesn't have reaction to the ones they have. He said, be real careful with them views because he's afraid they're going to bump him and knock him over. Doesn't have the balance he used to.
Yeah, I can tell. He's not like he used to be. Sometimes I think he don't realize, his age.
Now, I don't need 2 bowls of that stew, and if you don't eat that one, I'm going to wonder whether or not you just bragging empty or not.
I have to. It's too good hot with pepper.
Hey, Ruby, that is, I barely can taste any pepper at all in it. I mean, the most slightest.
It burns my throat and it goes down.
Well, your gizzard is just too sensitive.
Well, I can't eat as fast as you do.
Well, if you just eat it a little faster, you'd have some of that right there.
Man, I got plenty of it right there. I weigh more than ever weighed in my life. How long is Josh gonna be gone?
She's coming back Thursday in the Little Rock. Thursday afternoon.
They fly up there.
Yeah. They were talking on the television this morning or the radio, whatever it was, about it's liable to snow on into Thursday. Of course, weather forecast ain't hardly accurate, you know.
Well, right too. It's down anyway.
But they missed this one pretty sadly for 3 or 4 days in the future after it happened. Well, they told us something
And they
about
gone to California, did you say?
Los Angeles, yeah. How's Bob doing?
No good.
He had cancer of the throat, didn't he?
Yeah, and then last year, or year before last, he had his right lung taken out. It was malignant. And of course, everybody thinks he's got it again. He said if he did have it, he didn't never know it. He says, I sure don't want to be cut on anymore.
Well, I remember that song. Said cigarettes and whiskey and wow, wow, and then one of the three of them gets this. A lot of good men been got up by one of the three: the cigarettes, or the whiskey, or the wild, wild women.
Cigarettes is what got Bob. Coffee and cigarettes was his breakfast. I kept telling him, so I got ashamed to say anything. That he was gonna come up with 10 drinks. Sure never did.
Yep. A lot to be said for a good, clean life. I don't know anybody that lives one, but there's a lot to be said for it.
I know it. That man can do anything out here.
Who, Bob? Is he working it all now?
Well, I don't know right now. They was in just a while before Christmas, and then Brett come after me for Christmas. Since then, Bob has went back to Indiana on a trip. He said he wasn't going to make another, but he has. But
What do you do in Indiana?
uh,
What does he do in Indiana?
he goes, delivers cars, in Ohio and Indiana, Colorado, and everywhere. And then he picks up cars, new cars, and brings them in. Patsy used to go with him. She's working now.
What does she do?
She's working for doctors. She hadn't been working but 3 weeks, and they give her a $250 bonus for Christmas.
Is she a nurse of some sort?
No, her job was computer mostly, but she sends out, I call them duns, the people who hold the doctors. My goodness, I'll have to run around the house 2 or 3 times to kind of settle something.
Wait till the snow gets off though. It looks funny how I think there's a big Tom been around your house. She was out there kicking that snow up. If you was out there running around the house and think somebody's out there looking in your window or something. Well, that making all them snow tracks.
There was one in Clarksville. Day before yesterday, I believe it was. There was 2 2 or 3 teenage boys. She had been off somewhere, or was gone, and she come in, and they were there. And they were just cleaning her out. And she objected to it, of course. And every one of them insulted her sexually, and then just like to beat her to death.
Where was this at?
Mrs. Owens, I believe was her name,
Where was it at?
up there in Clarksville.
White kids or black kids?
Hmm,
White or black kids?
I don't know. I think it's white kids though. I didn't ask that question, but. And you know, when anybody is sentenced to death, why is it takes so long to kill them?
Well, because the whole system is corrupted. And justice and everything, the court system.
Here about 2 years ago, there was 4 little old nigger boys went into Martha Lennox's house. They were rich people. She never did marry, any of them never married. She's only one living. She was 85 years old. And she just lived across the street from the Piggly Wiggly, great big old house. And there was 4 nigger boys went in on her one night. She was upstairs sleeping. And they wanted her money. She told them where her purse was, 'cause that's all she had, except what was in the bank. And of course, she didn't keep much money in the house. And they got her purse, and she didn't have very much in there. And one of the nigger boys says, well, just shoot the bitch. One of them did, and the other did too. There was 2 of them shot her and killed her. She had a brand new car. I think it was a big car, fancy car. Of course, they stole her car. And that was in Fort Worth. I don't know what they was doing, but anyway, the cops stopped them. And they got to searching the car, and they found out whose car it was. Her papers was in the pocket, you know. And they called the police in Clarksville. And they went and got them. Well, they had their trial in Boston. And they sentenced 2 of them to death. And the other 2, they gave 60 years. And now that's been about 2 years ago, and they still hadn't done nothing to
Well, they
them.
wanted it to be another 15 years, then they'll turn them loose.
Well, yeah, probably turned blue.
I was telling one time, you were telling me about Mama coming up here with kids one time whenever Dink broke down, chopped down the Chinaberry tree or something. When was that?
Charles, just Charles and Dean. And Nellie started here, there was a little school class.
That's before he was born? While he was born?
Yeah. We had been living here about, not over 2 weeks, if that long. And that was in we moved here in 37. And but Nellie started Charles to school up there. Well, Dink, he didn't have anything to do, so me and Nellie wasn't paying no attention. He got up and went outside. We didn't see him turn past the window with the axe on his shoulder. But we seen him come back. And he had cut him and Charles a stick horse out of it. He had that axe on one shoulder, then stick horse on the other one.
Miss Old Dink.
Yeah. Y'all ever hear from Sue?
Oh yeah, frequently.
Well, I do too.
She goes over to, Catherine has a shindig a couple, 3 times a year, whatever it might be, and they go over it.
I got a Christmas card from
Whoever's up there. Kathy got a engagement ring for Christmas.
Oh, she's gonna shoot me. Christmas card from her, and she says, if you go to Patsy's at Christmas, be sure and call me. Well, she sent me a card even. Well, I don't know what I done with that card. I ought to got right then and put it in my purse, but I didn't do it, and I didn't call her. So. But I ain't gonna call her and tell her what I done. Lord, I won't want that to eat for a week.
Remember now, you're gonna have to do two things. You're gonna have to wash the dishes, because I don't do it. I'll take it back to Joyce, left me a bunch of dishes to wash. And the other one is, whenever you see Joyce, you're just gonna have to brag so much until you plumb shame yourself about how good that stew was, can't they?
It wasn't good.
Think about
It
making.
had enough salt in it.
Think about making me some bread for supper. Boy, I make the best bread I ever ate
You
in my
wanna tear
life.
some of that, you can warm put it in your microwave.
No. I've been eating some leftovers out of Joyce's freezer. Feed the dogs too.
Yeah, hadn't gotten the door.
Frida has got 7 little puppies, and she'll bring you one if you want one. We may go over and see her. We may go meet her at Memphis, depends on what the weather is and what my schedule is. Friday.
Don't want no dog.
Be your Thursday night. Well, Joyce got 2 cats the other day. The mice were about to take us over. She got 2 cats, and they're just wild. They could leave for a day or two. Now they can't. Whenever you walk down the road, they'll walk exactly right in front of you, and you change over to the other side of the road, and they'll get right there exactly in front of you again.
I've got one that does the same way, and I'm afraid sometimes he's gonna trick me.
Yeah, it's a real problem for Joyce to try to walk with them. She usually gets hers out of her stick, sitting handy somewhere she can whack them out of the way whenever she starts going out.
Well, do you want to carry this stew back home?
They ain't nothing to carry back home. I just ate it all. Good stuff. Good as that is, one just wants to eat everything and get his hands on. Does Johnny work any?
No, John is drawing a disability. Okay, he is too.
Rinse this out a little bit so I won't have
Uh,
to. Rinse this out a little bit so I won't have to.
it ain't done.
Just, I don't guess it makes much difference. You don't need to wash it, just kind of get some of the top off of it. I'll wash it when it's on.
Well, in that case, I'll wait till you, after a while, wash the dishes and we'll just go talk.
Well, I gotta go to Texarkana, Ruby, I imagine. So I'm gonna have to hit the road here pretty quick. Just sit down there and when I get my supper settled a little bit, I'll have to take off.
Had the belch. Did you eat any of that?
Yep. Pretty good.
My teeth hurts my gums on that side. Is Jeff still living down there in that little,
Jeff been gone since 1st September.
where to?
Dallas area someplace. He just got up and left and didn't tell anybody anything.
Well, did his family go too?
Oh, yeah.
I noticed he wasn't at Vaughn's funeral.
Well, I wasn't either.
Yes, you was.
No, it wasn't. I was Moscow Russian.
I would have swore that you was there.
Yeah, you're just getting old, forgetful. No, George called me and said Bubba's daddy died. Well, there's a guy up at the office by the name of Bubba, and I couldn't figure what he was doing calling Joyce his father died, telling that his father died. Finally, it come out that it was Cliff's father, Bun, that died. They had both legs cut off. That's it. One of them cigarettes and whiskey, and wild women stories again. Old Bun suffered for a long time,
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
Ralph is.
his first wife. She's got a trailer house up here, just the other side of Box Hill a little bit. She comes in ever so often. She kept telling me every time she'd come in, next time I come, we're gonna go see Bun. She never did do it though.
Bun told me he sure did mess up.
One day, me and Peony and Jean, I believe it was the evening that he carried me to Paris for my, we eat supper for my birthday present. Anyway, we stopped there and talked to Lila Ruth. And,
Did she ever remarry?
yes, she married a mail carrier. And she said Bun was mean to her.
Well, Bun admitted all that.
Well, he's got a boy or a girl on.
He's got a boy. His boy worked for him up there at the computer company. I had put him through school. Cliff.
Is he married?
Yeah, and he's got a baby due just January, February, something like that.
I thought the sun was shining.
I tried to come out a little while earlier, but the
Yeah, it
trees
did.
are not melting.
Just
So
barely did and then went back.
Trees are not melting, so it's air temperature is freezing, so it's liable to, if it sets in again on this stuff tonight, it's liable to get squally by tomorrow. You got plenty of butane?
I guess, I don't know. You know, I run out here. That's about a month ago now, I guess. And I went out there on Saturday evening and looked at it, just happened to think about it. And I seen it was done past the red part, red dot. So I come in here and called, but the gas boy, the golden. And there was an old answering machine. Well, I left a message on there that I was just practically plumb out. Well, he never did show up on Sunday morning. I was cooking breakfast and it went plumb out. So I called again and it was the same thing. And then when I got in from church, I called again. And nobody answered, just that old machine. So I called Leo Roten. I says, have you got an emergency number? And he gave me a number that I'd done called twice. So he says, let me see what I can do. So he says, I'll call you back. Well, he did. And he says, well, they've got your message and he's on his way. So when the old man, it's been a boy working for him for a long time. He's the one who comes down in this part. The old man come that day because it was Sunday. he just kept apologizing for letting me run out. But I got aggravated that they never would nobody answer. I says, was y'all gone? He says, I was, but says my wife was at home. I says, well, my goodness, I called 3 times and put it on that old answering machine. Nobody wouldn't answer.
I'll probably get it better that way. What, Mama used to, she never did know for sure. How come your daddy come to Texas when he had all of his kin folks and everything over in Georgia?
Well, I don't know. I've heard it. Daddy killed a nigger. He's running from the law. That's all I've ever heard about it.
Who told you that?
Seemed to me like Lizzie Beard did. I don't really remember.
Well, I heard he had shot somebody, but I didn't know it was a nigger.
I think it was a nigger. You know, Nellie's got had a lot of daddy's friends.
Such as?
Well, I can't remember. One time,
Well, I thought that high-tempered, bull-headed running you Phillipses.
well, I guess it
That
does.
bull-headed, Grandpa used to say P. Rooney was the most bull-headed person around.
Well, he is bully.
You started to say something.
One time, Peony was in the hospital over in Naples, and me and Jean and Nellie went over there in my car, and I don't know, we was all talking before we left, and Peony said something about when Nellie talked over the phone to you. She didn't say bye or anything, said, "Ma, she just slammed that receiver down." And I agreed with him. And you know, I could tell that just flew all over her. So when we was coming home, well, she didn't say one word. She wouldn't sit in the front, she got in the back. And about 2 or 3 days after that, I got a letter from her. Oh man, she...
It's totally hot.
But I never thought about it hurting her feelings. She couldn't take a joke.
Well, the thing of it is that things that ain't true about me don't hurt my feelings. It's in things that's true that hurts my feelings.
Yeah, the truth hurts sometimes.
Well, see, Mama's been gone September coming up. Well, September past, she's been gone 13 years. Daddy's been gone. February be 17 years.
She hadn't been gone that long.
83, September 24th. 83 to 96 is 13 years.
Well, yeah, yes it is.
Glenn's been gone for 11 and a half years.
Who?
Glenn, Dink for 3.5.
Yeah, what Fulton Dale killed himself for drinking. Poor old Dink, I think Dink was a good old boy, a Christian boy. I never did hear nothing against him. Yep.
Well, I'll tell you what, you sure can't say that about me. Oh,
You know what? Aunt Lou's been dead about 3 years.
She's been dead longer than that, I think. I thought she died before Don did.
For who?
Dink? Oh, she died a year or so before Don died. But I don't know, I just can't keep up with
It might have
her.
been 4 years. I know she died on the 12th of February. But I couldn't.
Well, Glenda Jean seems to be getting a little bit better, at least not any worse, doesn't she? She said she had written Gerald Mack and got a letter from him. Last time I wrote it, he didn't answer.
Who?
Gerald Mack. Well, Glenda had written to him, got an answer. The last time I wrote it, he didn't answer.
Glenda hears from him.
Well, she hadn't, she wrote him, and he answered back.
Well, she can't write now, but she did write to him. Well, now, they hear from his wife.
I read that. Hey, Ruby, I gotta go home.
Oh, stay all in with me.
Well, I've got to go home and check and see if they're going, I suspect they're going to cancel what I had to do. But I gotta find out. I'm supposed to go to Texarkana and work tonight. But, I suspect they're going to cancel it, but I gotta find out, because if they don't, I'm gonna go do it. They got lots of work to do.
Well, let me get up and wash yours too.
Hey, I just rinsed it out, don't let it, I think don't need to get it.
Thought I seen, couldn't see the sun.